Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, Prince Charming, now crowned the Valiant King, was as strong and brave as he was kind and handsome, a true light for his people. Beside him stood Cinderella, now the gentle queen, whose pure heart and radiant kindness were loved by all. Together, their love shone like dawn itself, filling the palace with warmth and lighting the hearts of all who dwelt in the kingdom. Wherever they went, joy followed, and people whispered that their love was the kingdom's true magic. But not every heart could rejoice. Among the courtiers was Drizella, vain and restless, longing for power to mend the emptiness love had never touched. Long ago at the royal ball, she had dressed in her finest, convinced she would win the prince's heart. Yet the moment he saw Cinderella enter the hall, all was decided. His heart recognized its match, and their love story began. From that night forward, Drizella's yearning turned not toward love, but toward the crown itself. For what she could not possess, she learned only to covet. Then, one radiant morning, in the gentle queen's beloved garden, among the blossoms and birdsong, her earthly time came to its close. Her spirit departed, as gently as a petal falls. The whole kingdom wept in grief, all but Drizella. For while others mourned, she allowed herself a secret relief. Without the queen, the crown might at last be hers. The king was inconsolable. His beloved's absence hollowed him. In his brokenness, he leaned heavily on Drizella, who had woven herself into the household from the beginning. She became indispensable, his constant shadow, whispering counsel. And though he did not see it, others in the palace began to notice. They whispered that Drizella's smile seemed brighter now that the gentle queen was gone. Some wondered if her bitterness, her envy, her very energy had worn upon the queen's delicate heart, hastening her passing. The king never heard these murmurs. Yet in his private moments, grief gnawed at him with suspicion. Could Drizella's presence, her envy, have weighed upon his gentle queen's fragile heart? Could sorrow and subtle harm have carried his beloved away? He shook his head, for he was too kind to believe such darkness. But the doubt lingered like smoke. That night, in the midst of his torment, sleep drew him into another world, and there, as radiant as ever, stood his gentle queen. "Beloved," she said, her voice like starlight, "do not let suspicion poison your heart. My time had come. I knew it that day. The only thing that held me here was your pain. I could not bear to see you suffer. I am not gone. I have only changed form. I walk beside you still. If you long to hear me, write down your questions before you sleep, and when you awake, the answers will be waiting. My love is eternal, but your heart has room for new love too." The king awoke trembling. Was this a dream or witchcraft? In those days such things were feared, even punished by fire. He resisted, unwilling to believe, and yet grief wore down his doubt. Night after night he tried her counsel, he wrote his questions, and in the quiet of dreams her answers came. Slowly peace began to stir. Soon, even in the light of day, he found himself speaking to her. On horseback rides, he told her of the birds he saw. In the garden, he spoke of the flowers she had planted. In every corner of their home, he carried on conversations with her spirit, until her presence no longer felt distant but constant, woven into the rhythm of his life. Through these exchanges, his grief softened into trust. He knew she cheered for him still, guiding him toward love again. And one day, without searching, the king wandered into the forest, his horse grazing quietly nearby, while he sat in stillness among the trees. It was there the gentle queen appeared once more, her presence as soft as sunlight through leaves. She brought him a gift, a soul who had always dwelt in the green places, a healer of the heart and keeper of earth's wisdom. She was known simply as the medicine woman. The moment the king's eyes met hers, recognition surged within him. It was as if the forest itself whispered her spirit into his heart. And in that same breath, the medicine woman too knew him. He was the one who had walked through her dreams, the one her soul had always remembered. Their love unfolded swiftly, like blossoms opening to the morning sun. It was quiet, yet fierce. A fire kindled in the heart, burning steady and true. For the king had found not only love once more, but a partner whose spirit completed his own. A love blessed by the gentle queen and rooted in the living earth itself. And this time, the king carried with him the wisdom of sorrow, that not all hearts rejoice in your joy. Some will covet it, some will seek to diminish it. Yet he knew now, that true love, once recognized, is eternal, and all that is sacred is worthy of protection. And so the king and the medicine woman lived in joy and harmony, their hearts bound by both heaven and earth, their days filled with love's gentle radiance, and together they lived happily ever after. And so, in the end, all was born from the gentle queen's gift. The end.